any talk of banning the ISKCON version of the Bhagavad Gita. But joining us to shed more light on the relevance of the text is Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, founder, Art of Living and spiritual guru. Thanks indeed, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, for joining us this evening. Let me just ask you, is the call by the Russian sect, does it undermine, or in some ways is it an assault on the universal message of brotherhood that the Bhagavad Gita imparts?
This is an assault on the human values. You know, Bhagavad Gita is a very revered scripture not only for Hindus but many intellectuals around the globe.
Yes.
Now there are 1.2 billion people who believe in Bhagavad Gita. And there are more than 1,000 commentaries. There has not been a single incident in the whole history where someone became a terrorist by reading Bhagavad Gita. You know? So if you pick up like
yes.
that, if you say pick up some verses, of course, Lord Krishna has asked Arjuna to fight against injustice, then any fight against injustice cannot be called as terrorism. And if you see that, then in Bible also there are verses where Jesus has said in Luke and Matthew that I have come here not to make peace but to put father against the son and mother against the daughter. So such verses are there in Bible, and in Quran also there are several verses which would say that you have to punish the infidels or those who do not believe.
So Sri Sri Ji, basically it seems that the Russian sect has interpreted this very narrowly, because you know, even the Allahabad courts had come out. In fact, the Allahabad High Court had ruled that the Bhagavad Gita in itself was not in any way sectarian in nature. It was a universal text, and that its preachings didn't apply to any caste or creed. But here it seems that the Russian sect, the Russian Orthodox Christian sect, has interpreted it very narrowly.
I think they are scared of the popularity of Bhagavad Gita. You know, today there is a large interest in the Indian philosophy all over the world, especially in Russia. Art of Living has nearly 380 centers in different parts of Russia.
Yes.
In Siberia itself, we have very strong presence of Art of Living. And so there are some people are bound to feel insecure and feel, you know, that people are going into some philosophy that doesn't match with their thinking.
You know, it was very interesting, because earlier you seemed to suggest that even the Bible actually at some way or the other endorses righteous action. Would you believe that Krishna's discourse to Arjuna on the battlefield in Kurukshetra was an incitement to violence?
No, when a soldier was depressed, when a king is depressed, and the right instruction Lord has given there to uplift him, and it's not just only of fighting, the whole Gita is art of living. There is essence about life, how to lead life, how to identify who you are, how to know who you are. So there is not just a fighting instinct in Gita, but it is the universal brotherhood and universal human values have been enunciated in it.
But you know, the Gita can be interpreted differently by different people. It has so many facets to it. It's very complex philosophical text at the end of the day. And do you believe that somewhere people mistake its central message because they take out what they want to actually infer from it?
Yeah, of course, Gita caters to all sections of society, all levels of human existence for that matter, you know. You can draw whatever you want to, but you cannot be selective when you are reading Gita, and it is, I feel it's a crime against humanity, especially you can't deprive the people of Russia from an ancient scripture which has transformed the lives of millions of people around the world. Even Albert Einstein, the greatest of the scientists himself, said, after Gita, my whole life has transformed.
Yes, yes. Sri Sri ji, of course, there are many people who've, even from the Western world, who've endorsed the philosophical quotient of the Bhagavad Gita. But let me just ask you, if one were to give the benefit of the doubt to the Russian sect, could it not be said that it somewhere, whether intentionally or not, or whether selectively or not, somewhere did not understand the central meaning of what was being conveyed?
No, absolutely, absolutely. You know, no, it's not the scripture which causes terrorism, it is intolerance about other religion
Yes.
that has been the cause of terrorism in the world. It's no point in banning scriptures to stop terrorism. If you are really concerned about terrorism, you have to put an end to the intolerance towards the others.
Yes, it is something that even Gandhiji propounded. Thanks indeed, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji, for joining us on the show tonight and shedding